Nobody knows. The worst thing to call somebody is crazy, is dismissive. I don't understand this person, so they're crazy. That's bullshit. These people are not crazy. They're strong people. Maybe the environment is a little sick.
We're going to give them something to cry about for a change instead of laughing at the way we live. The elite laugh at the troops that serve them and take the deadly vaccines. The elite laugh at them breathing the depleted uranium and coming home and dying. The elite laugh at all these mercenaries that serve them and then are destroyed. The elite laugh at the jail guards they hired to take to Afghanistan and Iraq, who after they were done torturing children and their mothers and fathers, they then convicted the very people that followed orders. That is funny to the elite, because the Joker loves burning one group of people more than anybody else. The Joker loves dominating and controlling other criminal groups. It loves building them up and then destroying them, tearing them apart. And so all of you would-be psychopaths and all of you would-be killers out there that think you know evil and think you know that it's beautiful and wonderful, I want you to look out there upon the Joker's thugs, the Joker's men, the Joker's mod squad, his goon squad, his brown shirts. Look at them out there. They're pathetic, just like the Joker himself is pathetic.
They're about healthcare, but they're here about a lot of issues that they're obviously upset about. Right now they're chanting, "Please tell the truth." They've been talking a lot to me about what they think CNN should air, and here you hear them chanting. Let's talk about Joe Wilson. I've covered him for a long time, and I'll tell you, he's a man who does things like the guy day to day.
Hey, Lisa, I'm just going to interrupt you for a minute because the crowd is kind of overshadowing your words, so I'm going to ask you to speak a little bit louder. We're going to give it one more shot.
I want to bring this all together. I'm bringing this all together. You guys, we're on air right now. I want to ask this crowd. I want to ask you.
Let them speak. We don't need to be like this.
I want to ask you.
Let them speak.
What do you think of Congressman Joe Wilson?
Yeah!
There are people who very strongly support Congressman Wilson for Chica, and many of them are right here.
All right, Lisa Desjardins, thanks so much for trying to compete with the noise just in terms of the audio.
Thank you, dear Phyllis, and thank you to all of you. I have served in the Georgia State Senate for 4 years. One of my greatest pleasures, other than my sonogram bill, was getting the resolution passed to stop the North American Union. However, for 4 years, I have been confronted with families struggling to remove their children from the clutches of Child Protective Services. I wrote a scathing report last year on the corruption in Child Protective Services. This is not to say that there are not those children who do need to be removed from wretched situations and need protection. However, my report is concerned with the children and parents caught up in legal kidnapping. Having worked with probably 300 cases statewide and hundreds across the country, and in nearly every state, I am convinced there is no accountability in Child Protective Services. I have come to several conclusions. 2 or 3 are: 1, that poor parents, not always, but oftentimes are targeted to lose their children because they do not have the wherewithal to hire an attorney and fight the system. That caseworkers and social workers are very often guilty of fraud. They withhold and destroy evidence. They fabricate evidence, and they seek to terminate parental rights unnecessarily. That the separation of families and the snatching of children is growing as the business grows because state and local governments have grown accustomed to having these taxpayer dollars to balance their ever-growing budgets. That the bureaucracy is huge. Look at who is getting paid. State employees, attorneys, court investigators, guardian ad litems, court personnel and judges. There are psychologists, therapists, psychiatrists, counselors, foster parents, adoptive parents, and on and on. All are looking to the children in state custody to provide job security. That the Adoption and the Safe Families Act, set in motion first in 1974 by Walter Mondale and later in 1997 by President Bill Clinton, offered cash bonuses to the states for every child they adopted out of foster care. In order to receive the adoption incentive bonuses, local child protective services would need more children. They must have merchandise that sells, and they must have plenty so the buyer can choose. Some counties often offer $4,000 to $6,000 bonus for each child adopted out to strangers, and an additional $2,000 for a special needs child. Employees work to keep the federal dollars flowing. But that is only the beginning figure in the formula in which each bonus is multiplied by the percentage that the state.
Jessica LaVoy decided this time she wouldn't let Florida's Department of Children and Families take her 3 children. She'd rather go to jail.
I'd rather be here than have, just me being here than have 3 kids somewhere where I don't know where they are.
2 years ago, DCF took the 2 children she had at the time. But the caseworker said they'd received the reports. Of what, they didn't say. But LaVoy says while her 2-year-old was in DCF care, he wound up with several bruises and may have been sexually molested. LaVoy sued DCF, and when caseworkers returned in December to take her kids again, LaVoy figured it was retaliation.
Because they know I have a lawsuit with them and that I'm planning on doing stuff to them. I think that when my name hit the head of the department, that's what triggered this all to come to me like this.
And DCF is going to 3 of LaVoy's friends as well, taking children from 2 of them. A witness in LaVoy's case is now being investigated.
Her caseworker had threatened me that she said, if you don't leave now, then you're going to have problems with your kids.
The judge asked her if she'd tell him where the kids were. She said no.
The judge told me today, he's like, well, if you just tell me where the kids are, we'll leave them where they are. I'm like, I don't believe you. You're not going to give me that in writing. I'm not giving in to anything you say.
LaVoy says she hasn't told anyone where her children are, not even her mother.
To be honest with you, if I did, I wouldn't say. I'm behind my daughter 100%.
And the final reason cited by the judge for taking Robert's children, leaving 3 of her children alone in the Lizard Bay pool at Disney World for at least 30 minutes while she was looking for another child who got lost.
They go by what they want to do, irregardless of the law.
While that ruling outraged Robert, something else that happened in the case was disturbing even to social workers. A supervisor in the Louisville office details what she calls suspicious conduct in the Meade County CPS office where the case against Roberts originated.
The case file was not there, and we don't know where the case file went.